Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again in the Malvern Hills on what is a beautiful spring sunny day. The temperatures are quite warm. It's a little bit breezy here on the top of the Malvern Hills, but it's an absolutely beautiful day and the views are spectacular, particularly because we've got blue skies, wall-to-wall blue skies really, with some very hazy sunshine, which is kind of condensing the light down a little bit and giving us some very interesting light on the hills themselves. It is very difficult to shoot some of them shooting into the sun, but I'll give it a try anyway while I'm here. But first of all, I want to tell you about my new tripod, which I don't know whether you can see it there or not. There it is, just behind me. That is the Manfrotto MII or M2 or Me tripod, whatever you want to call it really. And I bought that about a month ago and I've been using it ever since. There was nothing wrong with my old tripod. That was also a Manfrotto tripod. I think that was a compact advanced tripod and I'd had that for about 10 years. And it was still in perfect working order. There was nothing at all wrong with it, but I just felt that this new tripod would help with workflow a little bit more than the old one. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a moment. But first of all, let me show you this tripod. So the tripod comes with the Manfrotto ball head already with the kit. And it's a 3-leg section tripod. As you can see there are 3 leg sections. And it's got, at the top of the leg sections, it's got these little hooks here, which basically you can flick up and slip from side to side to give you 3 different shooting angles for your tripod legs, which is great because it gives me a lot of options when trying to find a space to put the tripod down and set the tripod legs up perfectly. So that feature is brilliant. But also, as we go down a little bit further down those leg sections themselves, it's also got these beautiful twist lock system that works absolutely brilliantly. And essentially you just twist that twist there and the legs can be pulled out. And that, like I say, there are 3 leg sections and they've all got twists on them. Very easy to turn. I'm not going to do it with one hand at the moment while I'm trying to film, but yeah, I really like those. One thing I've got to remember with those though is that I don't want to turn them too far, because as you twist them, the further you twist them, the looser they make the legs, and the legs will come off, which is good for maintenance, repair and cleaning the tripod. But I've got to remember that I don't unscrew them too far, just in case the legs fall off while I'm trying to take a photo, and that has happened to me once. The ball head on the tripod has a full panoramic mode on it, so the whole head twists round through 360 degrees so that you can capture those perfect panoramas if you need to. And I think that's a brilliant idea. But also, the ball head itself comes with an Arca Swiss type quick release plate on the top of it. Now obviously, that's great anyway, having a quick release plate, because it means it's quite easy to just put the camera straight on the tripod very quickly and get moving and taking photos. But also, the fact that it's Arca Swiss means that I can now mount an L bracket to the camera, which will make it a lot easier for shooting in portrait orientation. I mentioned earlier that this new tripod will really help my workflow. Well, my old tripod, what I had to do when I wanted to take a portrait orientation shot was to put the camera in landscape mode onto the tripod and then unscrew the tripod head and turn it through 90 degrees to a right angle, so that the camera was then turned from kind of this direction to that direction. What it meant was that as you turn the camera, the weight of the camera with the lens on the tripod meant that everything was a little bit side heavy, so it felt as though at any moment it could be very easy for the camera to fall off the tripod. It didn't, it never fell off. It was always very strong and sturdy and never felt any issues around whether or not the tripod was going to break and while my camera was on it. So there was no problem with that, but I just felt that getting an L bracket for the camera and having an Arca Swiss plate on the tripod might be a much better idea. At the moment I haven't got an L bracket. I will be getting one soon, so look out for that video as well. I'm just heading now up to Sugarloaf Hill. I'm actually on the slopes of Sugarloaf Hill, not far from the summit of it. But before I get there, I've got to get past these cows just ahead of me here. Not looking forward to that. Shouldn't be too much of a problem because there's a lot of other people walking past them anyway. So we'll wait and see. So I've made it to the very breezy top of Sugarloaf Hill at the moment with, of course, Worcestershire Beacon behind me just there that you can see. But out in front of me there's a perfect view of North Hill and Table Hill where I was standing earlier. There's also cows in front of me as well and people walking up the path. But I think I'm going to stop here and get a shot of this. And again, I'm going to have to use the tripod because it's very windy up here. I'm going to have to try and steady the shot somehow. So let's have a go at this one. I'm going to head on up to Worcestershire Beacon now, which is just in front of me. But before I do, I want to show you another feature of this tripod that I really, really like. The tripod has this brilliant spirit level actually built in to the ball head that you can see just there on the top of it. It's built into the side of the Arca Swiss quick release plates, and it also has another one of those on the side pin where you loosen the plate itself so that you can put the camera onto it. And the idea with those is, of course, that it allows you to ensure that you've got your camera level at all times. So that is a great feature. So I made it to the summit of Worcestershire Beacon. I'm going to stop here and take a photo back over towards North Hill and Table Hill because it looks very different from this angle, particularly now that we are much higher up than those two hills. So that's what I'm going to do here, and then I'm going to walk down the road to get some lunch. It's absolutely impossible to film or take photos up there. There are a million people around the summit of Worcestershire Beacon. There always is, even when it's what you would normally expect to be a quiet day during the week. There's always going to be lots and lots of people up there, especially when the weather's nice like it is today. It has gotten a little bit cloudy since the start of the vlog. A little bit of high cloud now and a little bit of hazy sunshine popping through every now and then. So I'm going to leave the vlog here for now. But before I do, I want to give you a quick disclaimer. First of all, I probably should have done this at the beginning of the vlog. So if you made it this far, first of all, thank you very much for getting this far into the video. But also, today wasn't really about the photography, it was about the tripod. A tripod which I bought myself with my own money. Nobody's asked me to review it, nobody's given it to me for a long-term loan or anything like that. I've paid for it up front and bought the tripod myself. So I had to let you know that because I don't want you thinking that I'm sponsored or I've got anything free. So once again, thank you very much for watching the vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the images. I did try and take a few while I was out here. So if you did, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, and also please remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I look forward to seeing you on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.